Welcome back, everybody, to Summer Dreamathon 2022, a marathon where we showcase a variety of runs and amazing runners. And with that, I would like to introduce our next runner. He's going to be showcasing Smash TV normal percent, and he holds the third place record.
Find a way to get me back
So with that, we're going to be introducing Aquas. You can take over whenever you're ready.
Won't work.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
What's
going on? Yeah, what's up, everybody? Give me one moment. What's going on?
While he's getting ready, I hope everybody's having a great time watching this event. Thank you all for your patience. I know we've had a couple hiccups along the way, but Tora is doing an absolute amazing with keeping it together. So thank you all for being here, and we can't thank you enough.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back, everybody. We can do this run. Alright, I'm still on screen here. Alright, let's do this. I had to attend to my nephew a little bit. Anyway, yeah, this is Smash TV normal percent. We're gonna play through the full game here. In 3, 2, 1, go. It is Smash TV. This is the Super Nintendo port. And probably the best port of the game. That's not like strictly the arcade version. Because, you know, there's ports of the straight up arcade version as well. Like, for example, you can get one, it's off the Arcade Party Pack on PlayStation 1. Midway Arcade Party Pack on PlayStation 1. And you can play an arcade port there, but yeah, so this port's by Beam Software. Came out very early, ported very early on the Super Nintendo's life, which is pretty cool because the game like never slows down. Very well made. A lot of SNES games would have like this many sprites. You kind of expect them to have some slowdown, but yeah, you don't really see that here. It never slows down. Okay, there's one like moment where it does, but it's pretty seldom. And like I say, what I meant by playing through the full game is that if you play the easy mode, which a lot of the people who speedrun this game do, you only play one through the first arena. So the game's separated into 3 arenas. Yep. And each arena has a multitude of screens that you have to go through. So you have likely noticed, yeah, this is essentially a twin-stick shooter. It is one of the kind of like original twin-stick shooters. Originally made by Midway. As well as you got like Robotron 2084 is kind of the original twin-stick shooter, but then yeah, Midway, I think they did Robotron, but then yeah, then Smash TV is kind of like the evolution, and I think this would basically be like the twin-stick shooter until like Geometry Wars would come out. I'm not getting good drops here, so the game's all about like the drops that you get, and the most important drop you want to get is called the orb. It's essentially an option that circles around your character and gives you double firepower. This is important because you don't want to be without weapons, without like a good weapon for very long, because well, in the speedrun I'm going to be losing time, because I'm not going to be able to kill dudes as fast. Because in a lot of these rooms, it's going to be a number of enemy spawns, and then the room will end. So the faster you can kill enemies, the faster you're going to get through. Yeah, so I don't have the orb. So I'm kind of trailing a bit here.
Buy that for $1.
But that's fine, you know, it's what happens, you know, it's not a PB attempt or anything, so I'm not like upset, because the game's just gonna do what the game's gonna do, and yeah, it's really random with those drops. So there's the orb finally. So now you can see I got this thing encircling me. Oh, and then I stupidly ran into a mine and lost it. I was gonna try to go in between that mine, but yeah, oops. It's all good. So as far as marathon safety for this game, like, you get 3 credits to complete the game. I'm not expecting to have to go through more than 1. But if I was to run out of 3 credits, I would be kicked back to the title screen. Yep, so this is pretty rotten with the luck on this run. With well, I lost the orb in this room. That was definitely shook me a bit. So I'm like 30 seconds back where I want to be, but it's all good. It'll come around. The momentum will come around. But yeah, anyway, coming into Metoid Man here. In this fight, you'll have like this weapon that will drop only in the mid-boss fights, and that's the lobber weapon. I was using it for a second there, but yeah, this one. And this one does the most damage on this guy, so when this drops, you generally want to pick it up, but the spreader just dropped, and the spreader is cool because this allows you to get bonus damage if you put your gun into the top half of the boss. You actually get glitch damage with the spreader, and that does a lot of damage. That really is what saves the most time in this fight. So I got some glitch damage with that spreader. That's nice. Usually we're just praying that those do drop, and if they do drop, it's usually ideal to take a death so that you can use the invulnerability to then walk into the shoulders of the boss, because that's how you get the glitch damage, is basically just walk into the shoulders and use the spreader. But now he's on the second to last form, and I'm just wailing into him here. Not going to be able to get any more spreaders. There's one, but it doesn't work on this form anymore. So this is the final boss of Arena 1. He's just about to go down here, and he's down. Game is known for its difficulty. The arcade game, the arcade original, is known as one of the hardest arcade 1-credit clears. And if you're not familiar with the concept of 1-credit clearing, that's just beating a game with no continues. So your first quarter or dollar. In Japan, the standard credit in an arcade machine is 100 yen, which is $1. And with knowing that information, you can kind of start to realize why they changed so many things to the US versions versus the Japanese versions of arcade games. Because that is going to change the tidings of things a little bit, having a dollar on the line versus just a quarter. The 100 yen is essentially $1. In any case, though, this was an American game, American developed. So a quarter is the de facto standard here, and maybe that's why it's so hard. Anyway, the SNES version difficulty is toned down a bit, so it's a bit more of a fair experience, I would say. In this room, all I'm concerned about here is making sure that these enemies don't max out. There are rooms where there's a certain number of spawns, and there's also rooms that are timed, where the only way that timer will extend is if the enemies cap out, and that is one of those rooms. So right now, an orb can drop, and I'm looking for an orb because an orb or razor shield can drop in the next room. So it's usually nice if you can get the orb to drop here. If not, you're probably losing like 20 seconds, unless you get really good drops. Alright, so there's the orb. Just gotta make sure I clear out a little path for me to grab it, and now I have the orb. I can actually like get stuff done. Assuming all your shots are hitting with the basic gun, you know, it is twice as fast than not having it. And the general strategy here is to take the center and shoot the enemies as they appear. And with the razor shield, it's very nice. I can probably just stick to this. Don't need to grab the nuke. And yeah, there's like branching paths through the levels, but in the speedrun we have a set path that's the most efficient. But you know, a bunch of different rooms and whatnot. Don't want to pick up the gifts here because that adds to score, and then the score is tabulated in between Arena 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So if I can avoid grabbing some point items, that's going to save a little bit of time. That's a 1-up. That's my dog. Yeah, so you got those long worm enemies. Yeah, they're annoying. You usually want rockets to clear them out. Is ideal. Didn't get that one. Man, having a decent room here. Grenade, not that hot of a weapon, really. Short range, does okay damage. So here we have another timed room. Again, though, I don't want these enemies to max out. If they max out, I do lose time. So if I can grab some weapons that will help me control the pet population, have your pet spayed and neutered. Okay, that was a pretty bad reference. If I can control the room. You know, I gotta have the references in there because this is like... Smash TV is like based off like The Running Man, and like... It has like a RoboCop reference with the I'd buy that for $1 guy, so we gotta have some references in here, some cheesy references. Max cheese. Okay, this is one of the hardest rooms in the game. So let's see how this goes. The room's called These Are Fast, and that's because these enemies rush you pretty fast. If I can grab some power-ups, that'd be great. And maintain some control, but otherwise I'm just gonna have to kind of cower into the corners at times. And I lost the orb, unfortunately, and can't get that power-up either. They're guarding it. So the invulnerability, this is a decent power-up here, but it's better if I have the speed upgrade as well. And we get the orb back, that's nice. Get away. Oh man, they got in again. Yeah, that's tough. Sometimes like the enemies just don't die, the ones that you want them to die, and then they're getting in and gonna take away that orb. So So buffalo herd, that refers to like this giant red enemy. Like I guess the game refers to them as buffaloes. And then there's gonna be a bunch of these snake enemies here come at the beginning of this room. So this is what you want. You want a rocket. This allows me to take them out all in like a quick succession. First it's these enemies, then it's these long snakes. You wanna, yeah, hit them down like that. I wanna conserve these rockets as much as possible. Okay, I got some more, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, you want the rockets here because if you don't have rockets here and you don't kill these enemy waves fast enough, they bleed into the next wave of enemies, which usually results in you dying or losing the orb. But since I had rockets, there's a lull in the action here, and then I'm waiting for the next wave of enemies at this point. So I'm set up. I'm actually set up for this room now, so this is nice. And here are the buffalo. This is the buffalo. It's like how you have like buffalo wings, like they're chicken wings, but they call them buffalo wings. They call these things buffalo, but they don't really look like buffalo. Same mood. Ooh, rockets. So I'll go, you know, it's good to go out of your way for the weapons at times, especially rockets, and you know, I'll go out of my way for that, whatever. Like, it might not have been worth it. Tend to want to grab the power-ups if I can as soon as possible, because that's just going to allow the next power-ups to drop, and then you just want to kind of keep those power-ups flowing. So you can, you know, get shit done and kill stuff. It's the most violent game show that humanity has ever seen, and is the most popular in the year 1999. Yeah, I couldn't get those rockets. That's the lore anyway. One thing that kind of reminded me of Smash TV in the modern gaming is, well, there's like, you know, twin stick shooters and stuff. Like, there's a sweet game called Nex Machina that came out that's actually made by one of the original developers of Smash TV and Robotron, which is Eugene Jarvis. Yeah, Nex Machina, super cool game. By Housemarque Studios also, who did Returnal on the PS5. I haven't played that yet, but where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyway, Scarface. This mid-boss is pretty tough. First, you want to destroy all the panels around him. That's the first thing you need to do here. That's what you need to do to actually defeat him. You need to get all of them except for one. And then the next thing is you need to deal enough center damage, and to do that, you want to use yeah, these lobbers. Well, there's an item behind him here. I'm gonna see what it is. Might not have been worth it getting it. But yeah, so this is decent here. I'm getting some lobbers. He needs about 3 lobbers worth of center damage to take him out. So I'll use this whole clip and I'll take care of these panels. And I'll get these panels now on the side and the top. Still need I still need another lobber, and I still need to get these panels destroyed. There's another lobber. Oh, this is good. I think I only have 1 panel alive, and that's the thing is with this guy. If you have 1 panel still survived, you can still kill him. So I got him with 1 panel still alive. That's nice. And we move on to the second form, and yeah, this is good here. You also need to destroy the panels on this one. You do need about 1 lobber's worth of damage, maybe a little bit more than that. And then yeah, I gotta destroy these panels, so I'm working on that pretty good here. I can kind of get some panels from the top at this point. At this point, I think I've done enough center damage, and wow, that was a great Scarface fight. Let's go, everybody. Perfect. Perfect. I even got a gold segment on Arena 2, so hey. Pretty good. So there's a lot of things that can go complicated on that fight. The boss can just decide to stop moving away when you shoot at it. We call that piss mode. Yeah, but he like never did that. And we think that piss mode happens if you do like too much damage to the center. I think that's been confirmed. But yeah, so moving on to Arena 3. I have got 18 minutes going in here, which is like, it's actually okay. It's actually like decent pace. I don't know if I can PB off 18 minutes, but it's like it's actually decent. I can still like have a great run here, regardless. So you know, not bad. But if I was doing like a PB attempt, I want to be like 17 minutes after Arena 2, or better. So I've been playing this like a decent amount now. Like I started playing this for like some tournaments that go on for this game. They're hosted on GG_speedruns Twitch channel. And right now we're actually doing like a normal mode tournament. And in fact, I'm going to be helping comment a match for that this weekend, Sunday, on GG Speedruns. Shameless advertising commence. Oh, I don't want to be over there. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's like the first time we've done like they've done like a real big thing for normal mode, I think. Or maybe not, it's like the second thing, but you know, it gets a little tiring doing the easy mode just because it's just like the first arena, so it's nice to be able to play the full game. I can kind of like look at chat occasionally here, mostly in between the levels is going to be the time. Then like, yeah, if you're wondering like what the controls are like here, it is just D-pad for the character, and then you use your face buttons for the cardinal directions, and then you combine them to aim. So, pretty straightforward. So I actually cleared out the infantry sooner than usual there. And now these, we call these are their Mr. Shrapnel enemy type. You clear these guys out, and then the little snakes, and then the room's over. But yeah, I'm going pretty off the cuff with commentary. Oh yeah, I was just talking about how long I've been playing it. Yeah, I've been playing it for like a year now. Kind of like not a ton, but like more so on and off. But it's the type of game that like you don't have to remember like minute visual cues and that type of thing. It's just like kind of a raw, more of a raw skill kind of game. So it's kind of nice that it's like that. So it's like, you know, some speedruns you gotta remember like all your little visual cues and stuff, but yeah, that's not so much a thing here. It's just mostly like going by feel. So it's nice. So I've gotten pretty decent at it at this point. It's pretty enjoyable. One thing that's frustrating about it is, if you speedrun it, is the RNG. Because you will just have runs where you're not gonna PB because of RNG. Like it's just, that's just the nature of it. So you gotta have, you know, patience, and also like the kind of like the the patience to get better too. So basically, yeah, you kind of like wait around for that run that has good RNG, and then also you meet the good RNG with the good execution. Alright, so in this room, I'm just waiting for like the big flood of the red enemies to come in. In the meantime, I'm trying to look for get a razor shield. Oh, nice, a razor shield. And then at this point, I can grab point items. That's not gonna go against me for time. But yeah, essentially the strategy in this room is going to be a bit different because you have these snakes that are ever flowing. I don't need to kill these snakes. These are not required to end the room, or rather to speed up the room completion. But I'm going to be navigating this room in such a way that I'm going to be kind of like going away from the snakes to deal my damage and take my positioning due to that. So, you know, snakes in the middle, so I'm going to be on the left. If they're on the left, I'm going to go to the right, and etc. And yeah, I just want to kind of control the room as best as possible. Rockets are always good. More rockets, should be able to grab those as well. Oh, even more. Those are risky to get though. As long as those snakes keep coming from that area, I'm not going to be able to go there. Okay, I should be able to grab that. I want to focus on destroying the red enemies. I don't want to be shooting the snakes because anytime I'm doing that, I'm not shooting the enemies I need to shoot and destroy to speed up the room. So that's fun. And then at times, there's be nothing better you can do than to just cower in the corner. Try to just make sure you're getting damage on the buffalo. I think these ones are still considered buffalo. I think they're smaller versions of the other ones. Maybe there's a baby buffalo. We're killing babies, everyone. Alright, now that that's taken care of. Please keep your baby killing limited to Smash TV runs. We do not support that act in any shape or form otherwise. Oop, wrong door. Yeah, so that was a good room. Kept the orb the whole time, got some of the items picked up. Can't complain too much there. Should be grabbing that. I want to get those. I want to get all those items flowing, so I can get set up on the razor shield again. That's the ideal here. Yeah, when you grab that foot, you get speed up for like a minute or so. So it's a pretty good power up. I tend to really like to have the speed up. This makes you so much more useful. I was a little worried there because that power-up was like surrounded by a bunch of things. I was worried there was maybe a mine in there. Doing some good dancing here to get their razor. Want to fight away from the snakes once again. But one downside of the razor shield is I cannot go into the edges of the screen when I have the razor shield. So I want to ditch that, so now I can move into the corner. That's generally how you lose the orb is, or rather, a good way to lose the orb is you have razor shield, but you can't move into a corner when things get dicey. But thankfully there, I smoothly lost the razor shield and was able to maintain a cowered position and keep the orb. Orb. Alright, we gotta have some memes in there, right? But yeah. I never really even understood the orb meme, but all I really need to understand is that they say it in a funny way, and I don't know, it's funny, I guess. Nothing's ever gonna be worse than that stupid Wario meme. Well, remember that GDQ and everyone did the Wario wah? That was mega cringe. Man, I was looking up, I was trying to look up a cringe compilation for this last GDQ, but people been on their best behavior or something, because there hasn't been a compilation for this year. I like watching those, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no one's making them. Maybe it's just because like everyone's wearing masks, so you can't like make fun of their face as much. Who knows? Yeah, like the bus line, man. Like, yeah, like I think we're lacking on some cringe this year. It's getting too serious. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this room's really tough. You have like these purple enemies always coming in, and yeah, they're really tough to deal with, as you can see. But this death's not too bad, because I'm gonna get the rocket here, and now I'm gonna be able to take care of all those purple snake enemies. And also, rockets without an orb is actually better than rockets with an orb. I almost said wockets, like Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd here, playing Smash TV. Elmer fuck. Of course the vulgarity's gotta come during Smash TV. I don't think there's been any rules set on that. But anyway, that's the takeaway, Elmer fuck, from this run. This room's still going good, because even though I died, like, you know, as long as I'm getting some items, like, and killing stuff, like, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, so that wasn't that bad. Yeah, so now we go to, like, the mid-boss of Arena 3.
I'd buy that for $1.
This is gonna be the Cobra fight. 2 giant Cobras. Elmer fuck. It shouldn't be that funny, but it is. It's a cheap laugh. I love it! Said no one ever. Oh, nice. Orb at the beginning of this room. This is nice. Yeah, so these are this Cobra fight's a bit picky. Grenades are the best item to get here. And then, like, obviously you have, like, those buzzsaws being shot. Orb is nice. If you shoot the heads of the Cobras, they will recoil away. So yeah, looking good so far. Yeah, getting some good nade drops going on here. Oh yeah, the nade drops. I'll sacrifice the orb to get a grenade, in fact. Like, that's actually just how good it is. Yeah, so when you're on the top, when you're on the top, the heads don't kill you. When they overlap you, you can only be shot by the lasers. But when you're on the bottom of the screen, the heads, if they run into you, can kill you. So that's fun. More grenades. Come up here with those. Yeah, I'm getting, these are some good drops. Pretty good drops. Yeah, that was a good fight. Got a lot of grenades in there. The reason the grenades do more damage is just because they shoot out so quickly, and then they have a decent base damage. I'd buy that for $1. It's like how the goes in RoboCop. Man, can you believe I first saw RoboCop only like a couple years ago? Man, that was a really good movie. I know some people, it's like one of their favorite movies. Definitely a good one. Okay, so this is a timed room. This is the second to last room of the game before the final boss room. So technically the third to last room. But yeah, once again with the timed rooms, here you just don't want this enemy type, the turtle, to max out. If it maxes out, then they're actually not spawning in. So I'll just try my best to keep the turtle population under control. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. Okay, I don't think Bob Barker's died yet, but hopefully he doesn't die like tomorrow, so I don't like feel bad about saying that. But shout outs to Bob Barker. There's a cool documentary on Hulu, I think, about The Price is Right. Pretty interesting if you like The Price is Right at all. It was like kind of focused about a guy who he basically was like the genius of how the game worked and how everything worked in the game, and he basically mastered the game, and eventually he like gets onto the game show after like being a contestant like multiple times, but not being or not a contestant, but he was like an audience member. Yeah, he was like an audience member like multiple times, but then eventually he finally got picked. And like I guess in like this is kind of like spoilers of the documentary, but like when he finally gets picked, you know, they actually like they knew him because he was always in the lines to get into the audience. Okay, this room is intense. This is the final room. Oh, I definitely need that nuke. Oh man, if I would have grabbed that nuke, that would have been so nice. Yeah, so what sucked there is I lost the orb, so really hoping I get the orb back. All this time I'm without the orb is essentially time loss. Right now the rockets are good, but after this grenade, if it's not an orb, I'm losing time pretty much. Yeah, and so it's like, you know, it's essentially like a 10% chance you can get an orb drop. So it's very likely that it just won't drop for this whole room, potentially. Really hope that doesn't happen, but yeah, I mean, ideally you want to get those 2 giant worms destroyed, and then you can just focus on holding center for this room. But unfortunately, I did die, so I'm just in orbless hell. Not much pressure, just because, you know, it's not a race or a PB attempt, which is what I'd normally be doing for this game. Marathon run, whatever. You know, if I lose the orb, doesn't really make a big difference. Though, it should be noted though that, you know, there is skill to using the other weapons when you don't have an orb. So I did like a decent job there with the grenades in the meantime. But we have the orb back, so I can continue on with this room. So this room lasts like 5 minutes. It's really long and quite grueling. It's basically an endurance test. Damn it, lost the orb. I was trying to get that nuke, but just wasn't quite being able to manage it there. Anyway, I just want to make sure every shot hits the enemies, ideally. Maximize your potential. Rocket is good. Try to identify them like coming in bunches and then like kind of clear down with the rocket. And orb's back, that's nice. So that wasn't too bad of a orb loss intermission, if you want to call it that. I got some decent power-ups. I had a rocket in there, which is actually faster than rockets with an orb. And once again, that's because like you just expend the rockets too quickly. You're not able to use them as efficiently when you're firing 2 at once. Unless you just get rockets like all day, then it is efficient, then it is better. Okay, some more rockets here. It's the room that never ends. It's the song that never ends. keys are essentially a worthless item. That's used to access a bonus air room. If you get like enough keys or something and whatnot, you can go there. But I mean, You never bother with that. It's called the Pleasure Dome, and just like it's a room that just gives you like a lot of score. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the grenade. Not gonna be something I want really. Ah, lost the orb, but a rocket. Once you like clear out the whole screen of enemies, it's kind of nice because then the enemies tend to bunch up in groups. And that's when the rockets are most useful. Like I kind of got bunches going on right now. Honey bunches of oats. Honey bunches of votes, everybody. Alright, so... Oh, lost the orb right away, damn. I blame the honey bunches of votes. So yeah, fun fact, there's actually 10,000 enemies I just killed there. That room has 10,000 enemies. Isn't that stupid?
Good luck. You'll need it.
Yeah, so here we come, final boss. This is the evil MC. That's the big plot twist of the game, is the host of the game is the final boss. That's the plot twist. We didn't count, but I think someone counted, I don't know. I didn't. Someone did, I guess. So same thing applies with the Metoid Man fight. This is just Metoid Man leveled up. He's got more health. But yeah, if I can get some spreaders and do the spreader glitch, that's ideal here. Otherwise, you want to hit the lobbers in the center. That hits 2 hitboxes at once and does more damage. Here I'll just take the death, assuming I'm gonna get a spreader, and I did. That's the pro strats right there, and now we're doing the spreader glitch. And we're getting spreader damage. Actually got a bunch. Got a bunch. I'll just take another death here, assuming I'll get a spreader. Didn't. But yeah, you know, you do that so you can use the invulnerability to get into the shoulder and then just maximize that glitch. And it works with other weapons too, but not the same efficacy. Oh, here's another one. So I should be able to get this. Got it. Oh, that was sick. So that's another thing about the glitch, is if you clip into the boss and you have the spreader, you can get like super glitch damage. Yeah, super. So it does like an even more ridiculous amount of damage. So I just like skipped one of the forms, just straight up right there. And then that actually did additional damage into that form. And actually, I had a pretty solid finish there because of that. So that's the end there. And then you have to wait a minute to actually exit the game and get timer. But yeah, time will be when the screen fades to black after I exit the room. I'll announce that, but anyway, yeah, you basically add a whole minute here, so this run actually pretty decent for a marathon run. I'd say 43 minutes is like a decent range for me. So I'm happy with this. This was fun. I was able to just jabber on the whole time about The Price is Right and Elmer Fuck and what else? RoboCop and The Running Man. That Running Man's an awesome movie if you haven't seen it. And about the game, and you know, time just flies, doesn't it? Honey bunches of votes, don't forget. Have a bowl. Time. Yeah, there's time. have a bulb while you watch this marathon. Anyway, that was fun. Not much else to say except if you do like watching or interested in Smash TV, the easy mode run is really easy to pick up speed run. Anybody can do it. You just have to know about the glitch with the spreader glitch, and then you just kind of go from there. And yeah, you know, it's good time. So yeah, thanks for having me, and then yeah, I'm done. I'm done here.
Well, thank you so much, Aqua. We totally appreciate you being here. That was such an amazing run. You were literally playing hammer time right there. You were dipping and dodging everything. I couldn't even keep up in that last level. 5 minutes straight of no death. That was insane to watch. So thank you again for being here with that. Up next, we have... I'm gonna call him Tiger Ion, just before the joke in the Discord. But we actually have a Tigerian coming up with Death State up next, and right after we'll have Chubbis with Ghouls and Ghosts. Thank you all for being here, and hope you're enjoying the marathon.